Hi, friends.
I was just going to wait for you to say it.
You're on my pillow.
Oh, I'm on the pillows. What's up, Goofy Geekers?
Hi, friends.
Oh, you already said that.
Well, I'm saying hi again.
Nice. It's our Christmas special.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Kwanzaa.
Well, we don't have to say New Year's because we're going to have a New Year's.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
It's all right. You'll also just.
Well, it'll be posted after.
Right. That's true. No.
Yeah. No, it'll be
Thursday.
posted before.
It will be before, so
Whatever.
we'll be able to celebrate it with everybody.
Kwanzaa. What's the other one? I have it.
Oh, what did you say? Hanukkah? What did you say?
Hanukkah.
God bless you.
I love that song. The Adam Sandler song.
Oh, yeah.
The Hanukkah song.
I know.
Masterpiece.
The first one or the second one? They made
Both.
I like the first one better.
I like the Sloppy Joe song too. Sloppy Joe, Sloppy Joe.
Adam Sandler is pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's amazing how he went through like what I say, good 10 years of really being good, and then he went through a couple bombs. Mm-hmm. And have you seen that Halloween special he just came out with on Netflix?
No.
You need to
watch it.
Yes, very funny.
Kelsey and I just watched Jack and Jill for the first time, and I was like, it looked dumb. Right?
Yeah.
And I watched it. I'm like, you know what? It's not
bad.
my favorite movie, but like it was funny. Like I laughed. Like
all right, okay. I know we're supposed to be talking about Christmas here, but real quick. But but real quick. Don't you feel like if you watch a movie in a certain way, so if you watch it on TV, or if you watch it on Netflix, or if you watch it on something else, sometimes the worst movies like, oh, this is not so bad.
Yeah.
But if you saw it in the movie theater, you'd be like,
I'm mad.
I just paid for this. What am I thinking?
I've gone to the movies and paid to sleep. I've fallen asleep in the movie.
The one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he plays the spy. Was it True Lies?
I haven't seen it.
I fell asleep 4 times. Every time I went, I was like, "Oh, this is a good movie." No, in fairness, I was riding horses at the time, and I always seemed to go like right after a horse show.
Yeah.
And I was just like, boom. And I'd be like, "Oh no, this is really good. It looked really good in the beginning. Let me see this," and then it was like, boom, out again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I have a machine gun. Ian says, "Ho ho ho ho." Die Hard is it a Christmas movie? All right.
Oh, here we go. I've never seen it, so I couldn't tell you.
Okay, no. So this is how I feel it is it a Christmas movie?
Does it take place during Christmas?
Yes, that's a trick. See, that's the trick everyone tries to
Does
pull.
the whole movie take place in Christmas, or is it like there's a scene in Christmas?
No, what happens is it's Christmas. It's a Christmas party, and it's a oh, it's been so long since I watched it. Okay, it's an office party, Christmas party. So you know how like your job has a Christmas party,
yeah,
and then terrorist comes in, but that's it. Like it's during a Christmas. Yeah. It's during a Christmas party. It is Christmas. There is snow on the ground. There is, you know. Is it a Christmas movie? You know what? My personal view is whatever you like to watch for Christmas is a Christmas movie.
Well, it's like the same thing with like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, that's a Halloween/Christmas movie.
Right.
It can be either one.
Right.
Like to be honest, I don't really care.
Watch a movie whenever you want. If you want to watch Christmas in February, go for it.
No, okay. This is another good question that I could quote that movie all day long. Ian says it is a good movie. Like I'm not. I've had it probably seen it about 10 times, but I'm not the type of guy who like. I always seem to catch it on TV and be like, "Oh yeah, this is good. I like this." So here's my thing. Do you like Christmas? Like, this is where people get weird. I have Christmas carols. Okay, I still have an iPod, but I have an iPod and I listen to my Christmas
music.
Like, but it's a song, so it doesn't. Now, I don't like all Christmas music.
I can stand it like at a Christmas party or like on Christmas or Christmas Eve.
No, see,
whatever.
I can't do weeks of it.
No, they started in freaking November.
See, I can't do weeks of it, but I mean Christmas. But a Christmas song, like for instance, I like "Baby It's Cold Outside." I know I'm not supposed to like that, but I like that.
I hate that song just because it's annoying.
Not
because of what.
I like that song. I like that song, so I can listen to any time of the year. Okay, my view is and I know everyone has a view on this, so since it's Christmas, we'll talk about this view.
Yeah.
We're talking about a grown man, and we're talking about a grown woman. At any moment, that grown woman could have left. Because she keeps saying, it's cold outside. She keeps saying, I need to go. I need to go. And then she says, and she looks at, what would my dad say? What would my mom, what would my sister say? And you're looking at her like, so is this a little, see, to me, it's a cat and mouse game.
Yeah.
There's never at a point when she goes.
It's like a flirty song.
Yeah. It's never a moment when she goes,
I'm leaving.
I said no. Right. I mean no. Keep your drink and shove it up your coo. Right. You never hear that from her. Yeah. So I always feel like there's no, it's kind of a flirty song. I really should go. Right. But if you keep pushing me, I might stay. But I can't act like I want to stay.
Right.
Because it's also a 1930 song where, unfortunately at that time, women had that reputation of you didn't want to seem easy.
Right.
So you had to play this mouse and oh, come on, I really want you to stay.
Right.
But I really have to go. And if you hear some, I don't know who sings it. I know different people sing a different way, but there's one that says, "Fine, I'll have that one more drink." If you're really gonna, fine, I'll have that one more drink.
Yeah.
So there's a piece of me who just kind of feels like they're jumping down, and I believe everyone has their right, because I'm sure there are people in that situation. So I know people can't see or hear, but Jesse has cat beds on, what would you say, like a TV stand?
It's a TV stand. An entertainment center.
And unfortunately, the two cats jumped in at the same time, and the bed just went right off. Very funny. Well, you guys can't see it, but that's what made her laugh.
They're fine, by the way.
Oh, yes. Well, they're cats. Actually laying it on the floor oh, this works. But, and I get there's some people out there that go, hey, I said no, and no means no. But if you go back to that era of time, and I still believe it happened. I believe there's still that cat and mouse game between men and women, or women and women, or men and men, where you're like, no, I really shouldn't. No, I really shouldn't. And then you're like, okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorite songs, but I can listen to that song no matter what time of year it is. But I can't be listening to. See, I think what gets me at Christmas time is is it fair to say there's 20 Christmas songs out there? I know there might be more, but say there's 20.
But there's 4,000 versions of each song.
Of each song. Yeah. So that's what.
And then everyone has to sing it.
And then if they sing it right, or they sing it their style. And then what happens is that's what ODs. This is why I think what ODs me, because I go,
I just heard the song.
It's like you kind of like, okay, I just heard this. Okay, I just heard this one. Okay, and then once you get to that 20 mark, whatever number it is, then it reboots. And once it reboots, you kind of go, okay, it's Jingle Bell again. And it's, or I always feel like radio stations, they get hooked on certain songs, and every fifth song you hear that song again.
Oh yeah.
And you kind of go, okay,
great.
Yeah, it does. I don't know about you, but it does wear on me.
Yeah. No,
especially
in retail. Because I worked in retail, at a grocery store.
You have to sit there and listen to that.
Right, you have no control of the music. And oh yeah, we want to listen to this. We want to listen to this. I'm like, are you sure? There are plenty of other songs in the world.
No, I like it because it does put you in the
But in
spirit.
November?
Yeah, I know. Because I know some radio
stations. There's a whole another holiday for us in there.
Right.
So why are we doing that?
I don't know. I don't get it.
Do people in other countries celebrate or start decorating for Christmas that early, or is it just us?
Well, I think it's more of a finance thing. It's a money thing. Because once one's done, it's if they have to move on to the next one.
No, I get that.
Because that's how it is. That's I talked to Shannon about this, because when I first came into the business kind of like the Goofy Geek boutique. I was just kind of like that guy. I groom dogs. Like it's just you have the rotation. Like okay, Christmas time's going to be busy because everyone wants their dog smelling good, or what have you. So you go okay. But when I got to talking to her, it was really amazing how you have to be almost 3 months in advance because they want to buy stuff in November to decorate their kids. Well, like bows. No, that's what a bow is. You decorate your kid. I mean, or decorate yourself. Or if you buy a sweater, you want to you're not going to wear it. You're not, you wear it all month. So what happens is if you think about Thanksgiving being at the end of November, like it's usually the 25th or somewhere in that range, is that the thought pattern is, well, December 1st, click that brain, it's Christmas time. I need to buy all that stuff because once a certain time hits, I want to wear it. I want to this, I want to that. And that's why we see it so fast. And then we play the music. It gets your brain in that brain pattern. It really makes sense. As much as I hate it as a fan, I guess you would say it, I understand the bigger picture of it. So if you take a step back and you think of it like retailing, so if you're going to sell something for Halloween, it's October 1st. You want to get that out. I know, but it's weird because I feel like Halloween is like that day.
Yeah.
So is Christmas, but it's not. Christmas is like almost a whole week. We take off more time. There is family traveling. There's so much invested in Christmas or this holiday during, or Hanukkah.
I get it for the retail purpose, but when it comes to like decorating and everything, like I don't know, like I think because of the way I also grew up, like my dad wouldn't listen to Christmas music until the tree was going up, and the tree didn't go up until like
a certain day,
right? Like probably like the first or second week of December,
right?
Like. But people are putting up their trees. I mean, do you, whatever.
You know what happens is, I'll tell you something. I've done, because I'm older than you, I've done everything differently.
Yeah.
I've done it where I've set up the tree like the week of Christmas. Because I was like, you know what? I'm not putting up this tree. I'm not putting it up. Not putting it up. I'm putting it up when Christmas is happening. Why am I going to spend this much money on a tree to put up for it to whatever? And then once you put it up, you know what happens is Christmas is over. Get rid of your tree. You only got 1 week. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh. Then now I understand why people put it up early, because then they have a whole month to kind of let it sit. And then by the time you're ready to take it down, you are ready to take it down. It's like, okay, because it's when it's in a 2-week span, my laziness kicks in and be like, well, we can leave it up to February. It's really pretty.
Yeah, I didn't decorate this year. I think I'm just a little Scroogey this year. And I don't, like why? I'm not into Christmas this year.
Why?
I don't know if it's because of like, I'm just tired of everything, like just not in the mood. I don't know if it's because I've been planning a wedding for 3 years. I don't know if it's the plague that's going on. I don't know if it's like, because I was gone for half the month. Like, I just don't know. Like, I'm just not in the mood. And like the whole, like, I get giving gifts is like what you do and everything, but I much rather, like, I have everything I need, and if I don't, then I go out and buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
So like, why am I just getting you a gift to get you a gift because it's a day that I'm supposed to give you a gift?
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean.
Like, I'd rather just like, if I see something like, oh, I thought of you.
Right.
Here.
Right.
Or like, if we're going to do a gift, then I'd rather it be like, let's go somewhere and like do something, Well,
I'm going to say the first thing is, I think Christmas is for kids. Like, how tricks are for kids?
Yeah.
Christmas is for kids.
Yeah.
Because when my 2 little ones, well, they're not little, but when they were little.
You topper.
When they were little, Christmas was like golden. It was special. It was magical. It was something to be like. It was amazing,
right.
Especially when my son and my daughter would come out and wake up and come around the corner and come downstairs or wherever their bedrooms were at the time and see the tree and then see all the presents. And I mean, it was magical. Like there is nothing in the world that gets you in the spirit of Christmas than sitting not your kids, just kids, period.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
What happens is I feel when I got to your age, now I'm older than now I just kind of go like I literally have a giant tree. I have decorations from the whole family, from both of my kids, from being like crawling stages, like, you know, can kind of put stuff together. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of home alone for Christmas this year. And I'm kind of like, I don't feel the magic. So Shannon did the best thing. She said, why don't you get a new tree? Why don't you get something new? Because you have a new, like, things are new now. And I got a little tiny little Charlie Brown tree.
Really cute.
I bought a TARDIS ornament, which basically was my top because it was so small of a tree. I put I found the smallest lights, which has like 10 lights on it. That's it. And I wrapped it around, and then I got blue and glittered and silver glittered balls, and just they're little. They're miniatures, and I put them up, and I plug it in. I'm by myself, and I plug it in, and it just kind of keeps me in that little. It's nothing fancy. Took us literally a second to put this thing up. I mean, it was like boom, boom, done.
Yeah.
And I kind of still have the Christmas spirit. Like, it kind of keeps me. It's weird, but yeah, when you get to this age, Christmas is like that. I have a weird Christmas thing. I know. I've been well known. I destroyed many Christmases in my day because I'm weird. I just have this thing. Look, I am very thankful for what I get, and I'm not trying to say I'm not, but I'm also one of those people is I don't want what I don't want.
Right.
So what happens is I have a lot of times, like in my life, I've had a girlfriend who spent $200 buying me a sweater, which I'll tell you right now.
Is it still hanging up? Did you give it away?
No, I don't even know what happened to it. Like, I literally never wore it. It was horrible looking. It had all these different type of fabrics on it.
Yeah.
So it was just like horrible. Yeah. And I was like, how much money did you spend on this? And she's like, oh, it's $200. It's really a nice one. She was all excited. And I was just like, but I don't want, like, I have 100 sweaters. And it was like, I had like a little list. And every single person always says, yeah, but you only asked for 4 things. And if I buy you something on your list, then you're going to know what you're going to get. Well, if you don't,
then don't ask me what I want. and don't
I kind of like, just give me, and I say, give me a card.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay. If you give me a card and say Merry Christmas and love whomever, like whoever it is, I actually treasure that. Like, I put that stuff away. Like, it means something to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to say like, oh, because I know I sound very selfish, but I don't think I'm selfish because I always think to myself, I just saved you $200 of something I'll never wear, where all you had to do was buy me a $4 card.
No, I completely would agree with you because then you just end up with like this extra clutter that you don't want, and you're like, oh, I can't give it. Well, I can't give it away right away because like, what if they come over and like, oh, where's that sweater I bought you? Like, can you wear that? And I'm like,
oh, she tried.
About that.
She tried that. She was like, oh, are you going to wear your sweater? I'm like, no, it's a little bit too warm. And I used to lie. And then I got to a point where I didn't lie.
Yeah.
And then I was considered being really mean. And I don't know. I have a problem. Look, I'm cheery for Christmas.
Yeah.
But I feel like there are people in the world who want to make it even bigger, and I can't do bigger. Because I get very like, it's just a day. It's just a day. We're all getting together. We're opening up presents. You know, I'm excited to see what you get. I'm excited to see what I get. But it's just a day. Like, I hate when they put it in a new level, and I almost fight against it when, you know, like, I've ruined many, I'm going to admit this, and I know my mom listens to this all the time, but I ruined many a Christmas for my mom because my mom would be, you know, playing Mariah Carey extra loud, running in the room, being so happy on a day that I was just like, why is this day so happy?
Like, it's Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah. It's the 25th. What is possibly this? I mean, and all she would try to do is make the day like magical.
So much better, yeah.
But then I realized I don't really think it was me and her that was the problem. I think the problem is that you do lose the magic at a certain age. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not saying we all have to be jerks. But I also feel like it's not when my daughter was 4, oh God, it was magical. Like it was like, oh my gosh. And you would make the day, like you would lift the day up to me even be even more magical.
Right.
But when, you're 15, 16 and you're walking out, it's hard to kind of get that magic. It's like, yeah, it's another Christmas. I know.
I do have to say, like, the one thing I love about Christmas is, like, our tradition that we do.
Oh, yeah. You
like,
have a tradition?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so let's hear the tradition.
So it used to start on Christmas Eve, but we don't do that anymore. But we'd always go see Santa at the mall, get our picture taken, and then we'd go to Papa Gino's for dinner, which is horrible pizza, by the way. I hope they don't sponsor that.
Someday we're going to have to.
Right. So then we'd have that, and then we'd go back home and like hang out, and then right before bed we would open one present.
Right.
And then we'd go to bed, and Santa would come.
Right.
And then Ashley wakes up at 5 a.m.
Which your older sister.
Yep, my older sister wakes up at 5. And then she would come wake me and my younger sister up at 6 a.m.
Now, how old were you? I mean, when was
starting this?
No,
oh.
Ending. When was the last time you really did this?
We still do the morning.
Oh, no, okay. All right.
Yeah, we still do the morning.
Okay.
Although things are a little bit different now that I don't live at the house.
Well, yeah.
So we still go over, and so 7 o'clock is the earliest my mom said that we could wake her up. And coffee has to be made. So we
really? Coffee, your mom? Really?
Yeah, weird. So we wake them up at 7, we do the stockings,
right.
And then we go around the room and do one present at a time, which I really enjoy because you get to see what people got.
Right. No.
And then we'd have breakfast or whatever, and then Dad would start cooking, and we'd all take a nap because we woke up so freaking early.
Yeah.
And I love that part, but like the rest, like just another meal. It's just another like, I mean, you get to see family. That's great, but
I think it's harder for me because I don't have like it's just my
yeah.
I've always been, and the other thing is, which is different for you, is that I've had 2 kids, so I had the magic of.
You had the magic yourself, and then you had the magic of your kids.
And my parents.
Yeah.
Because my parents, at one time when they were real little, there was one point that they came over, or we went over there. Because each time we had Christmas someplace else.
Yeah.
Like one time it was at my house. One time it was at my parents' house. And each time it was like, oh, we need to get to Papa's and Nini's. Like we need to get over there. And it was like, okay. Or... my parents are calling up like, you need to get over here. She's up. They're all awake. Like they're foaming at the mouth. Well, because they would. I mean, I was the same way.
Right.
I did have one very magical Christmas. You know what the hardest thing is? I think.
Was it the first Christmas we had together? That was pretty magical. 2 very magical Christmas.
2 magical Christmas. Wait a minute. When did we have Christmas together?
I don't think we did.
No, I'm gonna say no. We had New Year's. We had one New Year's together. Because I remember spending New Year's.
Because you know what? I fell asleep. I'm like, come wake me up at midnight. Your bitch did not wake me.
I don't remember this.
I told you. I'm like, I'm just gonna go sleep for a little bit. Wake me up right before midnight.
That's the typical little kid. I'm just gonna go to sleep, and then you're like, wake up,
and then
wake up, and you're like, leave me alone, and then you're like, the next morning, you didn't wake me up. You're like, yeah, we tried.
I bet you didn't even try. I guarantee it. These cats are freaking monsters today.
Well, I did have one really magical Christmas. Really.
We should come out for New Year's again.
I thought you were going out. I thought you guys were going out.
Parents.
Oh, I was. For Christmas, I don't remember how old I was. I want to say I had to be about 10. I might be younger. But Santa Claus, and I'll say Santa, set up all the action figures. Like, set them up. So I had, like, so you picture a giant Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And my parents had, like, a big living room. And they literally set half the living room up with, like, Star Wars. Like, I mean, when I think about it, how much money they must have spent on the toys.
Well, Santa's elves. Maybe.
Like, yeah, no, but like for their part.
Oh yeah.
Besides, you know,
Santa.
Besides Santa, and then the other half was all He-Man figures, like everything from the Castle Crate, like everything, and it looked like
they were fighting.
Yeah, and they like Santa took the time, and then my parents didn't wrap up their presents, so it was. I don't even know how to explain it. It was so like I remember coming out and being that classic like, oh my gosh. And now I know not every kid has that because I didn't do that for my kids. Like I wrapped up presents for them. So they had to, oh my gosh, this one year, my son liked Thomas and I went out and
him? No.
I spent crazy money on Thomas toys. And I literally wrapped up every single train. But I undid it, like I took him out of the box, but I wrapped up so he had like so many trains.
Yeah.
But they were all wrapped up. And at one point, he didn't want to even open anymore. He was just like, "Can I just play with? I'll open these tomorrow."
Right.
And I don't know. For me, I think it was hard because I think I got to a point where you get to a certain point where life changes. You get older. You kind of like Christmas isn't special like it should be.
Yeah.
And it's hard to kind of, because I feel like some people don't let that go because it's special. Those people who find it special no matter what they are.
Yeah.
Like my mom loves Christmas no matter what we do. And my grandmother passed away right before Christmas when I was in 8th grade, and I had to open up presents from her, which I think that was
that's hard.
It was really hard for me, and I think it really killed Christmas for me. And I don't know, and I don't like to make excuses, but when I look back at my life, I think that kind of killed me because I really hated the fact that I had to open up presents. And my poor grandmother, she bought me a sweater, and this is during the whole air quote Cosby crazy color sweaters, like, because so it had to be around 1990, and she had got me this white and like teal and yellow and not pink, I can't think of the color, but like a
coral?
No, like a little darker, a magenta, like a magenta pink. It was a really pretty sweater.
Yeah.
But I always thought it was like, that's a guy sweater, like, and I wore it. But I remember being like, I didn't. It was almost like I didn't like it, but I liked it because I know it was the last thing she gave me. So it was very weird emotion for it.
Yeah.
And I know I tried not to like put, it's because of this, because I know I can get grumpy around Christmas, especially when you spend a lot of money on something that I know I'm not gonna be like really.
Yeah. You
should have just saved it for A or B or buy something for yourself.
Yeah. I wonder if that's why I'm having a hard time too, because like Kelsey's grandma passed away last year, and I didn't really mourn her because I was there for everyone else. And
don't do it.
I know. I've been like,
go ahead, do it.
I've been having a hard time with it.
Yeah, it is hard.
Because like they say the first one's the hardest. But
is that your
second
first?
Ones. No.
Oh.
I've had
No, yeah, I know you have.
Last year was the first Christmas without her.
Yeah.
But I think the second one's harder. Because like the first one's like, like
you're in shock. It's shock. It really is.
I think it's just like, like she's somewhere else for this Christmas. Like she'll be here next year. But like,
it is hard. When my Nana died, I know I was a jerk that Christmas. I know I was, because I hated it because she died on the 4th. So when it came to be like, this is from Nana, it was like, He's like, all you did was cry, and you're just like,
Right.
and of course you hate it. You hate whatever you're gonna get because you don't, I don't know. Like and of course I was 14 or 15, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. When you're 14 and 15, you hate the world already. Like, life sucks already. So he's just like, I was like, nope, hate it. Don't want to deal with this. Don't want to deal with this. And it broke. It did. It does break you. And then I think the hard part was, and I respect it. I respect my mom trying to be like, okay, I'm going to pick up where my grandma left off. But being young and being immature, and I always say, no matter, see, someday when I'm 60, I'm going to say at 40, I was young and immature. Like, like I always feel like no matter how old I get, I was always young and immature.
Yeah. 10
years, 20 years before that. That I kind of sit back and I kind of go, oh, thanks, Ian. He said that, oh man, sending big hugs to both of you all. Love you both. Thanks, Ian. Yeah, it is hard. This
podcast is supposed to be so fun.
Yeah.
Happy when both of you are like sobbing.
I am keeping it together, girl.
I see it in your eyes.
This is gee, isn't it happy Christmas for you? No, but it is.
I'm a freaking Grinch.
No, but you know what? I do feel... Unfortunately, a lot of people seem to, when you get to a certain age, winter's
hard.
Death Valley.
Yeah.
Like somehow everyone seems to go.
We've had a couple of people in our lives pass away. Like in the past week. Like a couple of people at work and like, so like I feel for them. Like it's so close to Christmas and like
one of my friends works with you. Her mom just I know I saw that on Facebook. I was like, I didn't really even really know her mom, and I was still like,
yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah,
and somebody else like it happened today.
Yeah,
and, like that's horrible.
Oh, there's the other half. Good luck trying to get through that. We actually have money to see if you're gonna get how that's gonna work.
Hey, thanks for coming in and wiping my tears.
Why don't you go help her?
All right.
Because there's just wires everywhere. She's gonna play limbo. No, there's no way. But no, we're talking about being kind of that Scrooge for Christmas, and how Christmas is how our loved ones are kind of all passed away. Go ahead.
Sorry, friend.
Sorry. Going on a little ride.
Whoa.
Whoa, that's extra. Hey, huh?
You have to pay me.
No, but I like I said, my mom tried to take on that whole, I'm going to be that person.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say I definitely was too immature. I didn't take it the right way.
Yeah.
And I've never really told her that because I never want to blame her for trying to do it because she did what she was supposed to do.
Right.
Because as a parent, I would do the same thing.
Right.
But I didn't take it that way. Mm-hmm. And I ruined a lot of Christmases for her. So I do apologize to my mom because she's...
Sorry, Georgette Perry.
not going to let me live that down.
No.
But I guess I try to make up for it sometimes, but I'll never be able to make up for it. And sometimes it's hard. But I felt like I tried to make it a lot up when I had the kids, when they were all little. Because it was like I could tell she loved doing that stuff with the kids. So I never took it away from my kids. They used to go over and make cookies or make whatever, different things for different things.
My grandma's very excited that I don't know if you saw her post today or not, but she posted, she was like...
Your dad's mom?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Sure.
She was like, I was always worried that my granddaughter's like going to grow up and they're not going to want anything to do with me. 2 of my granddaughters texted me today asking if I was still bringing Jell-O shots. I'm like, Grandma, we need to make sure that all the major food groups are there.
So I know one's you. I'm totally.
Yep.
So
Who do
now
you
the
think the other
second
one
one,
is?
nah, that's tricky.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with the least one I expect. I'm gonna go with Ashley.
Yeah.
I'll go with Ashley.
Yeah. Because I
She's
think
the-
she was gonna make him if not.
Oh, okay.
So.
She's the least one I would expect.
Yeah. My younger sister just turned 21, so it's
So
like
everyone
the
can
first, like,
party.
Christmas
Yeah.
that's like
Every-
legal. Her first
So
drinking Christmas.
so pretty much it's gonna be the best Christmas ever. Everyone's happy.
Well, last year we did different themed cocktails for
Yeah.
Christmas. Like that was fun.
Yeah.
But this year I think we're just doing Jello shots. I don't know if we're doing anything else. I didn't really ask, and it's kind of too late. So.
Yeah. The other thing I always feel is weather.
Ugh. If it's snowing.
No, if it gets really cold from A to Z, it feels like Christmas. If it does that whole warm, cold, I never feel like it. It almost feels like, because we've had 2 days of like almost 60 here.
Yeah.
And I've always
I've been loving it.
Yeah, but I feel
But
like
it doesn't feel like Christmas.
But it doesn't feel like Christmas. I get like it feels like I should be going out trick or treating again.
Yeah.
Like it. I don't know what it is, but my parents tried all the different things. Like we tried to do the wear the pajamas, like, and we did that for a couple of years, and we were just kind of like, yeah, that didn't really go well. I don't know. I'm really weird about Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
I am, and I feel bad for my mom, but I just get really weird because I just don't know what to. I can almost get like. Sometimes my biggest problem is I get too excited, and then when the day happens, it's nothing what I thought, and I'm like, yeah,
You set the expectations too high.
way too high, way too high, and I get like,
I almost quoted something from Spider-Man, but you
Oh,
haven't
you
seen
know.
it yet.
I want everyone to know right now. I am so disappointed that I am a geek and I have watched every single Marvel thing there is. I've read most of the comics when I was a kid, not even knowing that someday they'd be on movies or TV shows. And the young lady that sat next to me, who could care less and hasn't seen anything of anything.
That's not true.
Oh, really?
No, it's not.
Okay, let's hear this.
I've seen Deadpool 1 and 2, and I saw Wolverine.
Which one?
The last one.
Pretty much when he dies.
Right. Well, it's funny that you say that because like it ended. I'm like, that's it? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
like he
'cause-
just dies. That's it.
Yeah, because there's like 30 movies before that.
Well, I saw the last one. Like he can't
And
die.
this young lady sitting right next to me has seen Spider-Man No Way Home.
The last one.
And
It was-
I, who have felt that it has been, like, I was made for this. I went to go see Tobey Maguire. I went to see all of them in the movie theater because I like Spider-Man. I was like, yeah, this is great. Oh, I love this. Oh, yeah, okay, this one too. I saw Venom. I saw the Venom movies.
Yeah.
I've seen the last one. I was like, oh, I better see this before No Way Home. I need to see this. I need to see that. Like, I've been purposely...
Well, you know what? If
And
I haven't
you saw
watched-
this,
if
and
I-
then I'm going Monday. But still, I'm like...
If I didn't see it, then I wouldn't want to see the rest of them. And now that I have seen it, I really want to watch.
You
all the
understand
Spider-Man.
that's not how it works.
Now that I've seen that, I want to see all the Spider-Man movies, whatever. I want to see different characters that are in it. I almost spoiled it for you, but I don't
No,
know.
I
don't know if you know. Or whatever.
I do know. Unfortunately, I've been dodging the spoilers, but I haven't dodged the... I guess the...
The actors. Or
Yeah, like the actual spoilers from the, like I saw
You watched
all the
the
trailers.
trailers?
Like I
Oh,
saw all
okay.
the trailers. So I know that pretty much the Sinister Six are in it. And I know everyone's like, what's that? I know you're going to say what's that, which is the Lizard, Sandman, Electro, Goblin, like... like I know they're all in it. Like I know because I love the part. I almost like doing when Doc Ock's like, "Hello, Peter," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, Shannon's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I just want this ad. I just want."
Well, we can all thank Sammy because
Yes,
it was
I
her
haven't.
birthday.
Yeah, so Ian's like, I haven't seen it yet either. Yeah, I
Okay,
know.
so turn your ears off.
Well, no, I'm not telling you anything.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
you watch a trailer. I'm
gonna
telling
be
you.
there.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
telling you what's in a trailer.
Right. So we can all thank Sammy because now I want to watch all the Marvel
No,
movies.
no, wait a minute, Sammy. No,
Yeah.
it was your sister that dragged you. I thought
Yeah.
Sam drove you. I don't know.
No,
I messed
Sammy.
up. Oh,
So her birthday was on Friday, and she wanted to go to dinner and a movie. So that's what she picked. And I went in there. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna know what's going on. I'm gonna be so lost during this whole thing. Like, it's at 8:30 at night. I'm gonna fall asleep.
Mysterio. I forgot Mysterio. But yeah. I'm over here going, oh my god. Oh my god. I have like watched every single one, and I am like a Marvel.
You're gonna shit a break.
I know I am. That's the problem. Like I know.
I kind of want to go with you just so I can see your reaction.
I know. Like I'm just going to be like,
I cried.
Whoa. Like this is going to be me because you want to talk about a big geekgasm or whatever they call it, nerdgasm. It's something like that.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, not a kid, when I went to go see the Infinity War, like the 1 and 2, like because I had read that whole comic. I read the 1990s Infinity Gauntlet and the Infinity Wars, and I was seeing that. I was oh god, I can't even explain this to you.
Did you bring a cup with you?
I was so
towel.
no, I was I cried. I was just like, and I had seen the first half with somebody else and X, and I had seen the second one with Shannon. And when I see the first one, I remember my ex turning around and goes, "You're really crying? You're crying?" I'm like, "I remember this in the comic. I remember this." and it's
Yeah.
a mixture of two. It's from the 2000 and the 1990s because they reboot the Marvel. They all do. DC, they always reboot every story. But I was like, I remember this. Like I remember eating my Suzy Q, having my big thing of coffee milk, like reading page and being like engulfed but in my day it was Fantastic Four. There was no Guardians of the Galaxy. There was like a few differences. So seeing it on the big screen was just like, oh, this is legit. The storyline is a little different. And when in my comic, Thanos is in love with Death. And the only way to bring her into this world is by changing reality. And that's why he needs the Infinity Stones. So there were storylines that were different. But this is the fact that here I am somewhat watching it, of somewhat of the story was... Oh, I was almost in tears. Like I've cried at Marvel. I've cried. I've just been like, oh my God. And she's like... And I've had people like, that wasn't even that sad. I'll be like, yeah, but it's like real. Like
right.
It's so weird.
Yeah. We'll have to have a Marvel day.
We can't. I'll die. I'll just die.
Well, I do want to do Spider-Man because Kelsey and I are gonna definitely watch all of them because she wants to watch the new one and she wants to watch the other ones beforehand.
The only one I'll probably tell you, like, watch it, but it's really... See, I liked the Spider-Man 3 of Tobey Maguire. The second one with Garfield wasn't good.
That's what a lot of people said.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
Yeah.
So... But a lot of people didn't like the third one of Tobey Maguire. And I liked it. I didn't... I think the guy from the 70s show didn't do that bad of a job. So we totally went from our Christmas special to talking about... Yeah, but that's something...
How did we get here?
I don't know. Go watch it. Whoever you are, go watch it. Because I'm going on Monday. Or I told Shannon she's coming or I'm going by myself. I ain't missing that.
I'll go with you. Actually,
I ain't
think
missing.
I'm working, so...
Oh, too bad. I'm going by myself.
What time are you going?
I don't even know.
There we go.
Because I'll be there at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm here. No, but I don't know. Christmas is one of those things where I feel like it's a day we have to be. And I hate the day. I hate when I have to. I like days when I want to.
Yeah.
Like, I always love Christmas. Like, I think that's the one thing, like, I never... Like, Christmas is, like, such a family thing. Like, it's the one time that, like, I always get, like, I never want to intrude. Like I know, like when I had other girlfriends be like, "Oh, you want to come over to my family's house?" and I'd be like, "Okay." And I just feel weird because I feel like you're just the odd duck, and you're the, and you're kind of sitting there, and everyone's opening up, but they don't expect you to be there because you're that plus one that shouldn't be there, and and you're kind of just like, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just think I like the fact that we can all do stuff, and I know when you get married, sometimes their family becomes your family, and you start new traditions.
Mm-hmm.
But I always feel that's the hard part, is because, like I had a tradition, my ex-wife had a tradition, and then
one of them had a break.
Like one things have to kind of, and then you kind of go, you kind of have to give up A to kind of get B, and then you get to a point. Like what happened to me was then when after having both my children, it became my tradition, not their tradition, and it became like, well, now you have to come here, or because we have little ones,
Yeah.
and I think that's kind of like being a parent. I think that's just kind of like life, and a lot of people seem to fight that, like, well, I always do this with my mom and dad. I get it, but now you're with me, and I always do this with my mom and dad, and I have to but it always has to be whatever. And then once that, sometimes I always tell people like, don't fight, don't try to compromise, make your own.
Yeah.
Like, don't even try to be like, because you're not going to make A happy and you're not going to make B happy, because your parents are going to be like, and I say not yours, but not you personally, but like your side will be like, oh, I want it this way. The other side's going to want it that way. So don't compromise. Just say, hey, we're going to make our own, and we're going to start our traditions, like you and me, and people are going to come here, or we're going to go A, B, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's the only way, because that's tough. It is tough, because especially stuff that's been like, you've done since a little kid, trying to break that is so, like you lose a little bit of it. I think that's where some of it, I think people who bounce back faster are the people who make their own, that wake up and say, okay, from now on, my Christmas tree goes up on this day. We wear this. We take pictures. We do this.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll stop by on Christmas Day. We'll stop by at blah, blah, blah time, 11 to blah, blah, blah at your house. And then in the evening, we're going to their house and we're done. Or the opposite. We go on. I know people who go around to family houses just on the Christmas Eve, and the Christmas Day is strictly for them.
Yeah.
And that's the only way you kind of get your Christmas spirit back, because you have to break it. And I think when you break it, you lose it. And that's, I think that's, I actually kind of think what's, besides the whole losing someone, I think that's kind of what happens with you, where you guys are like, because you're kind of it's your first Christmas being married. So it's kind of like, where's the lines? Because you want to give everyone what you want, but you can't.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't do it all. So you have to kind of say, like, Shannon has her thing, and I kind of let her do her thing, and I just kind of say, okay, and I'll,
do yours.
I'll do mine, and then we'll meet up later, or what have you. It's just the way it is, and I think the older you get, it does kind of. There's no that's the worst thing is, as the older you get, the less magic there is.
Yeah.
But there still is a little bit of magic. Like, I know this year, I did something really good. You and me, we did something amazing. My mom had been slacking off on haircuts, and because of not wanting to go and not doing, and so she said she needed a haircut. So Jessie, that's what she does. So I was like, Miss Jessie, and I did a little slippy of a little money, and Miss Jessie came over and gave my mom a haircut, which sounds like no big deal, but
I think that was like, that makes me love my job. Like, that's like why I do my job.
Right.
Because like, she cried, she was so happy. Like, you told me she was still crying over it.
I actually paid her to cry to make it feel.
Nice.
No, yeah, because what happened was, like, my dad literally has 5 out of the 6 things that he has all the shots, but my dad's 70, one. And, you know, you get, the older you get, the more scared you get.
Yeah.
And so my mom's been kind of like, I don't really want to go to someplace. My mom really doesn't do it. Like, my parents kind of stay home all the time now. Like, really, they still live in a bubble, if you will.
Yeah.
To some degree.
Yeah.
And so when she was like, I wanted a haircut, she was like, oh, I need a haircut. I need a haircut. And I was like, yep, I know who I'm calling.
Ghostbusters.
And I want to say publicly thank you.
No problem.
Because you did a great job.
It's what I do.
And it made her day.
Yeah, I could tell. Like, she was, like, genuine. Like,
I know.
And, like, that's the stuff that, like, I love. Like,
that's Christmas for me.
Exactly.
See, I got exactly what she wanted. Yeah, she knew it. Because I said to her, I had to say what time.
Well, yeah.
And, you know, and she was like, yeah, okay. And then when she got it, it was just like, that's Christmas to me. That's what the meaning of Christmas is that I got what she really wanted. Now, when I say this to all the kids out there, you can make a list of 10 things. Doesn't mean you're going to get all the 10 things. Right. But if you get one of the 10, you're winning.
Yeah.
That's how I always looked at it.
Right.
If I asked for 10 things, I got one thing.
My parents would always be like,
unless you ask for something stupid. I want a Lamborghini. Yeah, okay. You know, like...
Yeah, let me get right on that.
Yeah, no, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You should always have, like, I always tell, like, I told my kids, make a list from the biggest thing you want to the smallest thing. And make sure those are the things you want. So if you get the smallest thing, it's as good as the biggest thing.
Right. My parents would always be like, did you get everything you wanted? Is there anything that you didn't want, or that you got that you, or that you didn't get that you wanted, or whatever? And I don't think I'd ever say, like, oh, I got everything except for this thing, you know?
Merry Christmas to you, Ian.
Merry Christmas.
And good luck rapping, because we both hate rapping.
Oh, yeah. Don't even get me started on that.
Have a good one, Ian. We'll see you next week for the New Year's one.
Yeah. I don't know what I was talking about.
You were talking about if your parents, when you were like, did you want anything?
Oh, yeah. And, like, see, like, I don't really like that part. Like,
right.
Like, I got everything that
I don't ever felt like I needed to get everything I wanted, but I wanted...
Right, because then we go and play with them right away.
But I have to be honest. What was on my list, I hated when someone got something off the list. When they were like, oh, well, I saw you had that, and I knew... Again, like, I gave a list when I remember very clearly giving a list when I was married. And, all right, this is probably the worst thing I've ever done. You're talking about being a Scrooge.
Oh, you told me about that.
I was heartless this day. And I don't know what it is because I was so mad. It was like a perfect storm. It really was. Yeah. And unfortunately, it was on her. But I had asked for A, B, C, and D. I said to her, if you buy one of these 4, I will be as happy as can be. And she said, no, okay, all right. When the time came, she chose to buy me nothing that I asked for. So she decided to buy stuff that she would want from me. So she bought me a brand new wallet, which I had just got a new wallet, a brand new belt, which I already had a belt that wasn't that. Like, it's not like I had old stuff.
Right. It's not like it was like last straw.
Yeah. No, everything was.
Right.
And I opened everything up and I was like, what are these? And I was like, I don't even like this. Like, the wallet is not even what I like. Like, I like a particular wallet.
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, but if I bought you the 4 things that you had, you would have known what you want. And I said to her, but I don't want these. And she's like, well, I don't want them. So I threw them away.
The thing about, like, you making a list and everything, they asked you what you wanted.
Right.
You're not going to know what you get until the day of. So what's the difference?
Right.
I don't. What do you mean?
And be honest with you, I'll be honest with you.
Unless you tell
you can buy me a gift tomorrow and say just like this. This is your Christmas present, and I'll go, okay. And you don't have to buy me. All I have to say is, you remember that figure I bought you? I'd be like, oh, yeah, you don't owe me Christmas. We're good.
Yep.
We're good. Unless it's something where like, you know, like, oh, I'm going to get you something. You want to get me, you know, like I'm going to get you something for Christmas. So giving you the heads up. If you want to give me something, this is something I want. And I don't even care if I get doubles or something. That's what's the crazy part. Like if I get action figures and it's like one I have, I'm like, I'm painting his hair. I'm doing something different. I'm putting him away for a collector's item. I don't know. Like I'm always like I'm never
You have an idea for it.
right. I'm never that guy.
Yeah.
Who never appreciates it. But I always like what I want. Like if you go buy me a machine gun, I'd just be like, yeah, I'm never touching this. Like I'm never touching this.
Right.
Like there's some things that people buy me. They're like, I just thought you would like this, and I'd be like, you thought wrong because I'm never touching this.
Me?
I'm like, yeah, I know. Like you're looking around, and you're going, what? I remember one guy bought. He's like, oh, I know you like hats, so he bought me a hat, and it was too big, like it was like way down here, and I was like, oh, thank you, and I actually liked it, but it didn't fit me, and I never complained about it, even though I never wore it because it never fit me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, the hat, it just didn't fit. That sucked, like, but. I've had some doozies in my life when I'm just like, what is this? Like,
yeah.
Like, oh, this was the worst one I got. One year, I think it was Christmas. It might have been for my birthday, but I think it was Christmas. This person called me up and said, oh no, it was my birthday. Well, I'll still tell the story.
Okay.
Because I'm already kind of telling.
It's a gift.
She says, what kind of cake do you like? I said, listen, I don't like chocolate. I like vanilla. Mm-hmm. And I like that butternut cream or whatever, like butter cream stuff.
Oh yeah, the buttercream, not
right?
The better cream. That shit's nasty.
So I'm like,
yeah.
And she says, oh, okay. And she's like,
what
do you want? Yeah. So she's like, what do you want for your well, I guess it was for my birthday. So I said the three things, and I always do like price things, like oh, I really like this. But if you can't afford $50, then I don't mind this. And if you really don't want, I got something for $5 or $10. Like I always seem to, like I always think like, okay, I have a chance here.
Right.
Of these three, one of these things will be done. And so she comes in, and there's a cake, and right on top, it says chocolate. Like it's everything I don't want. And so I said, do you want a slice of cake? She said, yes. I said, do you want to take any home? She says, no, that's your cake. So I cut a piece, gave it to her, and I threw it the rest in the garbage. I didn't eat it. I just threw it right in the garbage.
I don't blame you.
She said, what's going on? And I said, well, you just called me. Mm-hmm. Like this morning.
She heard chocolate, buttercream.
Right. And I said, vanilla, not better, not better cream, Then she's like, well, I gave you this. And she gives me, oh God, this frame, and I'm opening it, and I think it's a picture, and I'm like, okay, I guess it's a picture of something, like maybe something I'm gonna like, like, oh, please be something I like.
Yeah.
So I go to open it up, and I already know it's not my three things I asked for. So I'm like, it is. She had printed out my Mariah Carey's Hero. Which I don't like Mariah Carey. Nothing against her. I just don't. I just don't like her. Okay, and then it has all this like she put glitter stuff on it. So when I lifted it up, all the glitter just fell down. Like it didn't stick to anything.
Yay! Glitter is the herpes of all craft supplies, right?
No, but like it's in. Yeah. So I'm like, she's like, oh, that glitter was supposed to stay, and I'm like. This
stay where? Everywhere in my house?
I was like, this. No, it's in the thing.
No,
not over the floor. But I'm like, I'm not opening this. So I'm like, but I don't like my. She's like, yeah, but I like that song. And when I hear that song, I think of you. And I was like, oh, that's great. So right before she left, I put it in her big, because she used to have one of those big totes bags. I put the thing right in there. I get a phone call. She goes, oh, I got your present here. I don't know how I got it. I said, well, since the song reminds you of me, maybe you should hang it up in your house.
Did she dump you?
Probably. I don't remember. I know we didn't. It wasn't long because it was. I just don't get that. Like you literally called me 5 minutes ago. Like I have a real problem. Like I guess I am a jerk, but I just kind of think.
No, because like you're.
It's so selfish. That's so selfish.
Yeah.
Like if someone said, "Oh, hey, what's your favorite song?" and then had it printed out, maybe I had a different attitude. And if the glitter didn't stick, that wasn't her fault. I probably would have gave her. A little
glitter back.
Like hell, I think if you took a picture of Goofy and said, "Hey, this is a picture of me, Kelsey," like you, Kelsey, and Goofy, and you said, "Yeah, I'm buying," this is your birthday or Christmas gift, I probably would love it more because I'd be like, it's Goofy.
Yeah.
Mine was taken away. Yeah, you guys are in it, but it's okay. All right. No.
We'll cut us out.
No. Then there's me, like this weird picture of me.
We'll like crop you in there. Joey, I'm going to need your help. I need a Photoshop job.
But
we'll put like Goofy's signature in there.
But that would make sense to me.
Yeah.
Because I would go, okay, they know I like it. They know, or, you know, or something.
I hope I remember this for your birthday. We'll put you in the middle of us and Goofy. Because we had to be 6 feet away for COVID and everything.
No,
so we'll just stick you right in there.
No, I don't expect you to. But I'm saying is, I can.
No, I know. But it's gonna happen now.
Yeah, my luck. Goofy's on like this. Oh, you remember? Did you like Seinfeld at all?
I watch it sometimes.
Do you ever seen that one when George is on that thing and he takes a sexy picture of him in his boxer shorts on the thing? It's like Goofy in his boxer shorts.
No, I haven't seen it.
He was trying to take sexy pictures. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Well, now that we're an hour in, not talking about Christmas anymore.
No, we are talking about Christmas. We're
talking about your birthday.
Well, no, because I thought it was a Christmas story, but it's the same thought though. Because it's the same trick. If you want something, like I like those things that change your life.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do for other people. Now I know it can't always be that way. Mm-hmm. And like you can't always do that. But like the gift of my mom, she really did change. Like she was like, you know, she had gone like 3 years without a haircut.
Yeah. When I first got there, she was like sad. She's like, I'm balding on top. Like you can see this little spot up here.
Which is nothing. And we kept being like, you're not balding?
Like,
you're not balding? Yeah.
I know you think you are. There's a lot of hair up there.
Yeah.
And then like so she was like very like almost anxious. Not anxious, but like
anxiety. She had anxiety. She did.
So it was anxious. Yeah.
She was.
But
she was.
And then as soon as she was done, like
it's just a glow.
Like a
whole new person.
Yeah.
Like she keeps saying she goes to pull her hair like where she was, and I kept saying, when your hair gets long, it like you shed more.
Right.
And she's like, no, and I'm like, and she can't. And now, like her whole life, she walks around with a bounce now, and it's like something so little,
right,
changed. And that's what I keep talking about. That's what Christmas is. It's not about buying the new laptop because it's a new laptop.
Yeah.
It's the new laptop because you need the new laptop or you need something or you there's more than it's this weird want need trick. Because I always have that weird thing because I always think like, you know, when you're a little kid, you do that whole like I want. But when you really want something, like you know, anyone, when you really want something, those are the gifts that when you can fulfill, that's life changes right there.
Like you get that little scream or like
not even scream, you just get that whole like they can't like, breathe, they can't. And I've had those moments where I've gotten that one figure or that one thing, and it's like you listened, and it's not even. And that's what for me Christmas is. It becomes. Oh, you listened. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah.
You get it. I didn't have to. It's kind of like, and I'm weird, and I know I'm going to say this, but I was wondering if there's anyone in the world, and if everyone please write it or write underneath the YouTube here, comment, please think about it when you ever have a moment where you wish someone would do something you want them to do. Like, I don't know what it is. If it's a romantic moment, if it's I wish she would just one day give me a night off, or like something like something that you don't want to tell the person, because once you tell them, it takes it all away.
Right.
Like that one day I remember my ex-girlfriend at the time, but she was my girlfriend, would say to me, I don't understand why you just can't do this without me telling you. And then one day I did. It was like, what did you do? Mm-hmm. And it was like, I couldn't do it then because she had just told me to. But it's one of those moments when you go, I'm supposed to do this when I'm not. Everything would be better you know, why don't you come home and not complain and just come home and kiss me and be happy?
Yeah.
But if I tell you that right now, that's what you're going to do it because you're going to do it because I told you to do it,
Right.
not because, like, out of the blue, I love you. Okay. Oh, wow, that was great. Like, I didn't have to hear you complain for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Those are the moments that I think that's what Christmas or gift giving is for me, is that moment that I feel like I'm heard. Where I said all year, oh, I really want this. Oh, I can't afford this. Oh, I really like this. And because I always think to myself, I'm always saying about different things. They're not always $1 million things.
Yeah.
Like there's a Goofy figure that's literally like $12, $10. And I only had $10 or, you know what I mean? Or,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like, hey, I'll just go to the store and I'll grab this and I'll be like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted. Oh, thank you. You know,
Yeah.
like it's not about price for me, like money wise. It's about what
the gift is.
Right.
Yeah. A couple years ago, I think, Kelsey had voiced to me, and she really wanted like this new game controller or whatever,
Right, yeah.
and it was like a gaming controller, like,
Right.
like very fancy one, like whatever.
Right.
She was like, it's kind of expensive for a controller,
Right.
and she's like, maybe I'll ask my parents for it.
Right.
And so like I right away texted them like, do not buy that gift. I am buying that.
Right.
And like I played it off as like, oh yeah, like I definitely like
Could care
can't-
less. Yeah.
yeah.
Like, can't buy that. That's too
Right.
much money. And you're like,
right. So when she opened it, she looked confused. I'm like, that's the one you wanted, right? And she was like, yeah. And like I was like, do you like it? And she was like, yeah, I'm just confused. Like,
Right.
she was like happy that she got it,
Right.
but she was just like,
That's-
I just wasn't expecting it, you know?
that's what Christmas is.
Yeah.
Not that it was an expensive gift. It was the fact that in her head, it was this long shot. She was never going to get it. It was there.
Because
And
I think her mom was like, yeah, I'm not getting that for you either.
Right,
you
right,
know?
right. Like
so
it's-
she was like, didn't expect this.
So it's like, yeah, it's not coming. And then it comes. And then it's just like, oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden, I bet you, if you ask 9 out of 10 people that happens to, they appreciate it more. They care about it more. And there's more of a meaning behind it.
Yeah.
Or even if the item breaks or doesn't work, they'll go, you remember that time that I had no clue? And all of a sudden, here it is.
Yeah.
Like those are the moments for me where I feel like everything totally changes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if everyone else thinks this way. I know there's some people who are just happy for whatever they get or if they get anything. But I think it's something, if it's the thought that counts, shouldn't there be thought behind it?
Right.
Instead of just being like,
Here's a gift.
I went to a store and I bought you the first thing I found.
Right. And that's why I don't like giving gift cards either. I mean, like, yeah, they can be helpful, but it's like, it's just kind of like, oh, here's some money, you know?
No, the only time I think gift cards work, to be honest with you, as a parent, when my life was first starting, especially when I had a child, like a little one, my parents bought for stocking stuffers was grocery cards.
I like that.
That was huge for me.
Yeah.
Because that became like, oh, then we landed up sitting back and taking our money, buying groceries, and then taking those cards and buying the garbage that we wouldn't have bought.
Right.
So it became like a treat that was almost all year round.
Yep.
That was good. I remember my parents one year, for a few years when I was really young, like 8th grade, young or middle school, I got movie passes because I went to the movies all the time. That was big because
Yeah.
I felt like that's all I did when I was a kid. Because, well, things are different now. Kids
Yeah.
can watch stuff on the laptop. In my day, there was no laptop. Like you went to the movie theater
Yeah.
and saw your friends. I don't know. For me, I just think those things are the only things that I like. If you like to shop somewhere, then I think it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, you know, if someone said to me, here's a Target card or here's a Walmart card,
Yeah.
you know, I wouldn't be like, oh, why are you doing? I'd
I
probably
don't
be
mind receiving them. I don't like giving them because
Yeah.
to me, like, I didn't think that hard for it. You know, it's like, well,
I
I,
think it's
couldn't find
also-
anything else, and I had to get you something. So here's what I got you.
as being a toy collector and trying to collect toys, I think if someone came to me and said, hey, we went down the toy aisle there really wasn't much there because there's sometimes it's bare.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, he's like, so I bought you a $50 like Target card. If you find something, good luck.
Yeah.
And so I can't find it now. But if you can find something,
Right.
then I have a little different. I'd be like, all right, like. But
see, there's thought behind that gift card.
right,
though.
because that's what I said. Because I
Yeah.
said I went to look. The place was like sold out.
Right.
Like I could have bought something, but I really don't know. Or if I was like the people like, I don't know what you have, but I just, here's $50. If anyone wants to send me a Toy Vault card, that'd be huge.
Wink.
No,
but like Kelsey's dad, like he's the hardest person to shop for.
right.
And so like even like a couple weeks
No.
ago, he came home with like things that like we could have gotten him
No,
if he just told us.
No, I got something worse. I got someone. It's Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
Not. It's because it seems like she's so unselfish. If I'll give her money. Like I've given her money. Be like, here, why don't you go buy something you really like? 9 out of 10 times, I know she spends that money on. Let's go eat dinner. Or let's go, and then it's like she's spending it on us, and it's supposed to be on her. Or like she'll say, "Oh, I know what to buy her. I know what to. I could buy her tons of that clays because she loves for her bows to make.
Yeah.
But she's the only one that knows how to buy them and get them. So it's always like,
Right.
all right, now if I give you money, you gotta like give me your blood. Like you gotta
Right.
like.
If you give a mouse a cookie.
But she's the most like. But she won't tell you. 1 year. Geez. I don't even.
Did you get anything this year for her? What did you get her this year?
This year we.
Or did you not give it to her yet?
No, we're going to. This sounds like a really bad gift, but she has been complaining about my
the
dishwasher broke,
Yeah, you did tell me that.
and she's been complaining about like how she always does dishes. So we're that is that gift. For
I see, like, that's such like a like. When you're my
house
mom,
slash- that's a parent slash my gift too. It's not just me. But.
Yeah. When my mom got a vacuum one year for Christmas, and like usually it's like, oh my god, he got you a vacuum,
Oh, yeah.
like, whatever. But my mom's like, I wanted that vacuum. Like I'm so excited for it.
Right.
Like a new dishwasher, like I would be excited for it. Like
Right,
that's
no,
something
no.
you need. That's something you want. Like it's practical. Like
Right,
you're not,
no.
it's not just gonna sit in a corner and collect dust. Like you're gonna use
No,
it.
no.
It's gonna sit in the corner, but you're gonna use it.
Yeah. No. But there are some like 1 year when I don't want to say when I first met her because it was a little we were already really serious at the time, but she said to me, I had bought a Cricket 2 years ago and I just didn't have the patience and I didn't have the technology to know how to run it, so I didn't use it. So that Christmas I went out. I'll end up. The weirdest thing is, do you ever buy something and then 2 years later it's like 1,000 times cheaper?
Yeah.
I had bought her
Because
this.
it's not hot
Right.
thing anymore.
So I had bought her this, like the newest one, like right off the thing, and I had bought her a brand new Cricket, which changed. It was right before we changed the name of the bit, like before we really got into business.
Yeah.
And then the next year became. I got her a Cameo. Like we just kept moving.
Yeah.
You know how your dad kept moving up? We
Yeah.
kept moving up to a certain degree, and I kept every Christmas seemed to be not every Christmas, but like
Yeah.
I kept buying
moving
her
up.
the next thing, and to do all the stuff, and but she had no clue. She had no clue because I just kept hearing her talk about it, and I remember her going to stores, and I was like, yeah. I need to go. I need to, and I ended up going out. And you know what the worst thing was? It was like hotcakes for me. It was like burning my hands. Like I had to give it to her.
Yeah.
And I showed up on a Monday.
See, that's what's hard with me too, is 'cause, like I buy these things and like some people are like, oh yeah, I start shopping in like January and I keep it all. Like how? How do you have the willpower? Like as soon as I buy, I'm like,
by the
you
end of the
what I
week,
got you?
you know what the worst thing for me is I'm always afraid someone else is going to buy it. That's
That too.
what my fire is, because I literally got to a point where I was like, what happens? Because I was like, we're kind of still at the beginning of our relationship, if you will. And I kept thinking like, oh, what happens if our mom's hearing this?
Yeah.
And she decided to buy this for her. So
Right.
literally I went on a Monday and like walked in and I didn't even wrap it. I think I just had it like surprise. She was
Yeah.
like, she didn't know I was coming. She didn't know I was gonna be there. She had no clue.
So her other boyfriend was still
So
there.
the other boyfriend
Shoot.
was like jumping out the window, and I was like, no, I got something for you too. Come back.
Turn around.
Here's $50. Keep her happy. See you later.
Only 50? Come on, bud.
Hey, yeah, we weren't dating that long.
No,
Yeah,
gotcha.
he's up
Was
to
he
it.
paying you back?
Yeah, I pay her to stay.
Nice.
But yeah, so I did that. 1 year I bought her inks to do all her cups. Like
Yep.
I've done. I think this is the 1 year that I decided that we weren't really going to like she didn't really ask for like the things she asked for is stuff I really can't get because she gets clays from her thing, and I know her. If I give her money,
Right. She's gonna
she just spend it on something else and just be like, but I didn't really need those glaze. Like she'll, even though she'll say she wants those glaze, but when I don't know, she just has that. Shannon has a huge heart, and if she's one of those people, I know that she walks down the street and she rather you have than she have.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of times that I always feel like I have to box her in to get her something. Like
Right.
something that's like, it's in my hand. There's nothing I can do.
Right.
Like I bought it, and I just remember her crying and being so excited. We took, I know it's on Facebook. I don't know when, but she took pictures of it. She was like, gonzo. And that's,
I remember you doing that.
and I just remember being like, all right, like that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Those are the moments where I did right.
Right.
And I don't know what it is. I don't want to say I don't get it, but I never seem to get it as often. I seem to give it more than I get it. Yeah.
Same.
See? She's like,
All right. Do you want to wrap this up? I don't think we really have time to go into this whole.
so, but that's what Christmas spirit means to me. Oh, wait a minute. I know we got a few more minutes, but
Yeah.
I love watching the claymation, those stupid stop motion
Oh.
Christmas things.
You ever thought Santa Claus? Love that one.
Oh, that's with Cold Meister and Heat Meister, right?
Yeah. What'd you call him?
No, wait a minute. Ice Meister, right? No,
Yeah.
Snow's Miser.
Snow Miser.
Snow Miser, and he's Heat Miser.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
was
threw
like,
me
that
off.
doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I know. That didn't sound right. I love that. I love that one.
Yep.
Or is
and,
that? Yeah, that's the one without Santa Claus. Is that the one with 4th of July? Santa Claus?
No, 4th of July is
I don't know, but I found out some things about Rudolph that I didn't know.
What'd you find out?
There's a lot of deleted scenes that he took out.
Really?
Yeah.
So all that work for
It's
nothing.
1964. They've cut out certain scenes. I just saw a whole thing on YouTube, which we're on YouTube, but if someone wants to go
Find
look
it
that
and
up.
send it to me.
Yeah, I will. It's super like crazy. It's just little scenes. They redid a whole singing thing too.
Really?
Yeah, like the year after, Yeah, the year after. So 65. It's a whole new singing scene. And do you know why Cornelius keeps licking his pick? I never knew why.
Mm-mm. Why?
Because he's looking for a peppermint mind. Because that's what they cut out.
Oh.
Because he goes, I found it. It's a mind of peppermints. And I was like, that's why you keep licking the stupid pick. Because I'm always like, why is he licking it all the time?
Yeah.
Because they cut it out. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. See, like, there's going into like cutting out things, whatever. But like in Harry Potter, there's a clip that they cut out
Yeah.
that like makes sense of like if they kept it in. If
Right,
they kept
right.
like it just like completely like I think we talked about it in
Yeah,
when
yeah.
we did the series, but like I watched a deleted scene
Right,
and I'm
right.
like,
just like,
why did
why
they
did you
cut
take
that
that
out?
out? I
That
know.
makes so much more sense if it was
I don't know.
because it just like cuts into like the next scene. It doesn't
I
really
know.
like connect it, which it
But this
should.
one was, and the same thing is, you ever notice on the Mistress of
Take your time.
Misfits of Toys?
Yes.
In the original, they never went back.
Really?
So that's why at the very end they're pushing all the misfits out because they make them promise, but they never do it. So at the end of it, when the credits start doing it, that's why they're pushing out all the misfits toy to clear up because so many people wrote to them, hey, they broke their promise. They never went back. And by the way, another thing, there's a water pistol that shoots jelly on the thing. Remember, he's like, "Oh, I'm a water pistol, but I shoot jelly." I'm like, then stop filling yourself up with jelly. Because it's not that hard. It's not that hard, toy.
Why stop now?
He's like, wait a minute, what? I can fill myself up with something else? Pineapples.
Right.
Well, I definitely did not go where I expected to go, but that was actually, we vented a lot.
Yeah. That's okay. Sometimes you just gotta vent it out, you know?
I don't know if it was very entertaining, but I guess for us it was. If you guys have anything you want to, I don't know, because sometimes I feel like we talk.
Yeah.
And we just kind of shut down the world.
Well, I mean, like, we were reading as we were going.
No, but I mean, like, we kind of get into our tangents of what Christmas means to us. Now, I don't know what Christmas means to you guys, but
write down your traditions, what you love, what you hate.
Yeah, if you guys write down stuff, we'll talk about it.
Right.
You guys don't, so we don't talk about it.
Right. Start writing stuff down.
And I'd like to thank the 3 people who do watch and watch us like 50 times.
Right.
Because right now we're like basically averaging about like 15 views. So thank you for the one person who just keeps hitting.
I'll watch it again.
I'll watch it again.
On mute.
Replay. I like to thank the Goofy Geek Boutique for sponsoring us, especially since no one watches us. So make sure if you're looking for anything for New Year's, well, I don't know, for Christmas, because Christmas is right.
Birthdays.
They do custom bows. They do T-shirts. They do a bunch of other things.
Do they?
Yeah.
Good to know.
They do fun stuff. I don't know. They obviously do cups because that's what we have here.
Make sure you like, subscribe, comment.
Yes.
Hit that bell.
Make sure you support us on the Goofy Geek. Yeah. Thank you for your time, and Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or
whatever you celebrate.
Whatever
Happy
you
holidays.
celebrate. And I hope you have a good. I hope you had just good time with your family. I hope we kind of put across that it's not the big things. Mm-hmm. It's all about doing that little thing that changes your life. Like sometimes it's just the little things. Right. It's not about getting a brand new computer, a brand new phone. It's about having a moment about doing the one thing or getting the one thing that they truly I don't want to say want, but like it kind of fulfills something, not just to want.
Yeah.
So I'd like to thank everybody, and I'd like to thank everyone again. I would say Happy New Year's, but we're going to see you guys for New Year's.
We'll see
you next Thursday.
Same time.
So
same place,
Thursday lives on the Goofy Geek, and it's on Tuesdays on YouTube. Alrighty? Make sure you clap.